Thank you very much. Once again, our global audiences, thank you very much for joining us from wherever you have joined us around the world. And I'll go quickly to introduce the panelists, so to give you a bird's eye view of what we have today. We have assembled distinguished panelists from around the world to speak to us about the Sustainable Development Goals. The Sustainable Development Goals, as you may be aware, was enacted or was signed by heads of government in September, about this time. Was signed about this time 5 years ago. And 5 years down the line, we need to measure progress. And earlier this year, with the year 2020 and moving forward, the next 10 years has been declared the decades of action. Okay. Standing COVID, we still have to take action. And perhaps it gives us opportunity to reassess our progress and see what we need to do quickly. I don't want to move into the presentations. I know our panelists will do justice to where we are and where we should be if we must attain these goals, these lofty, wonderful goals called the Sustainable Development Goals. There are 17 of them. Okay. We have with us today from a video that we got online, and it's so apt. We have with us today, sorry, I wasn't sharing my video earlier. We have a list of panelists today. The Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations. So of course, we must be familiar that the United Nations is in charge of advocating this goal, measuring how the world is making progress to achieving these goals. And we have one of our own. She's a citizen of the world, so but she's from the African descent. That is in person of Amina J. Mohammed. She will be addressing us today via video clip. We also have, after that, we'll move to Nairobi, Kenya, where we have a youth. All the people we have assembled today as panelists are either youths or youth at heart. And because somebody may tell me that why this person is not a youth after all, but don't worry, I know he will tell you he's a youth. Okay, so we have Paul who will be joining us from Nairobi, Kenya. We also have Mr. Olivisi. I will introduce each of them in detail just before they make their presentation. Thereafter, we will take a lady from the United Nations Sustainable Development Solutions Network, all the way from New York. We do appreciate her for joining us too early. It's too early for her to wake up and prepare for this meeting, given a location, but we do appreciate her. She will be coming shortly, and I will introduce her in more details later. That will wrap up the presentation. Then we have sections of questions. I will lead the first set of questions to the presenter based on the presentations. Thereafter, all the participants will have equal opportunity to ask questions. Peradventure, you in order not to lose focus of your questions or lose time, we'll also encourage you to use the chat button to put your buttons. In that case, the panelists can go through it and prepare to answer the question satisfactorily. So we encourage you to use the chat button. We only encourage the panelists to use the video, to share the video and the slides. So all participants should mute the microphone and the video. Okay, we want to encourage this so that we can have quality connectivity and also recording so that there won't be interruption in the course of that. Otherwise, we can do it remotely. We'll mute your mic and video on your behalf.